friends, we're in the library kitchen again today, and we're going to be making something that I find comfort in, and I hope maybe some of you do as well. We're going to be making lava cake. This is a recipe my mom used to make for me when I was much younger. I'm not going to say how old I am, but I'm not very young anymore. And I also have a version that would be gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free that we'll do after we get the regular lava cake in the oven. So we're going to start with a 9x9 pan. Mine just happens to be glass. You do not grease it, and then you're going to add your ingredients. I already have 1 cup of flour that I added in, and now I'm going to add in 3/4 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and we're going to stir that together. And I'm just going to use a fork because in the next step you do need to stir it with a fork. So we're going to mix this up. 1 cup of flour, 3/4 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cocoa, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Mix it up a bit. And my oven is preheating, and it will be at 350 degrees. That looks pretty mixed up. And the next step is to add in 1/2 cup of milk, 2 tablespoons of melted butter or your choice of oil, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Just pour that all in and stir it up with your fork. Make sure you're stirring with a fork. And try to keep it in the pan. I'm getting it all over the place. Remember, your pan is not greased. And who doesn't like ooey gooey chocolate, right? And it's going to be really great served with vanilla ice cream. So if you haven't checked out our STEM video with making your ice cream in a baggie, you might want to consider getting that all ready and in your freezer so that you'll have it when this yummy cake gets out of the oven. Almost there. A little bit back in. Okay, and then you just want to smooth it out a little bit once it's all mixed. Okay. There we go. I'll take my spatula again and just scrape all that yummy goodness off of the fork so we don't lose any of it. Okay. Now it's on my spatula. There we go. Okay, and try not to make too much of a mess here. Don't really know where to stick anything. Okay, now we're going to take 1 cup of brown sugar, and we're going to spread that over the cake as evenly as you can. And I did wash my hands first. The person filming this can attest to that. Okay, and then we want 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. We're just going to sprinkle that over. And then we're going to pour over 1 3/4 cups of hot water. And that's it. We're going to plop it in the oven at 350 degrees for 40 minutes. A little sugar on the pan. And that's it. We'll bring you back to the lava cake when it's ready to come out of the oven. And we're just going to set up for the gluten-free lava cake in just a minute. Hello friends, I'm here to show you now how to make a gluten-free, dairy-free lava cake. It's also sugar-free, but you can choose to use regular white sugar if you'd like, so that it's not sugar-free. We're going to start by mixing in whatever you want to mix in. I have a 4-cup measuring cup, so that's what I'm using. I cracked 1 egg and I put it in there, and now you just need a spatula here. I have 1 tablespoon of coconut cream I'm adding. That makes it dairy-free. You could use regular cream. I have not made it with regular cream. That is my timer going off if you hear that in the background. That means our pudding cake is done, and we'll get to that as soon as this is done here. So I have 1 tablespoon of coconut cream. I am going to add 1 tablespoon of avocado oil, but you could use melted butter, melted coconut oil, whatever you like. And let's see, that is, and then the extract, I need a half a teaspoon, can't remember where I put things, a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. That goes in. And I'm going to take my whisk and whisk that up really good. Sorry, let me just hit that timer. There, timer's done. Okay. Stop. Okay, that's good and mixed. Now we're going to add 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. I'm using 2 tablespoons of Swerve. Like I said, you could add regular sugar, maybe even honey. And I've got 1 teaspoon of almond flour. That is what makes it gluten-free. I have a pinch of salt, and somewhere, here it is, 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking soda. Oops, it didn't all want to come out. There we go. And I'm just going to mix that together. And I'm going to take a little bit of avocado oil and put it in my coffee mug. This is going to go in the microwave with the coffee mug, and I'm just going to spread it around with a pastry brush. If you have a non-stick spray, like an olive oil spray or something of that sort, you could spray your mug with that, but I don't have that here today, so this is what we're using. We make do with what we've got. Okay, and now I'm going to pour this batter into my mug. And remember, this is a gluten-free lava cake. And so it's in my coffee mug, and I'm going to put this in the microwave for 30 seconds. And that should be done. And while we are waiting for that 30 seconds, I will pull out our regular lava cake to look at, shall I? Doesn't that look yummy? Okay, let us grab a plate. And I've got a spoon here, and I'm just gonna dig into this lava cake so you can see. Get a little bit of cake, and oh, see the gooey goodness? And and you can just scoop some right out. And wouldn't this be great with the vanilla ice cream that we've made in our STEM video? Check the caption below for that on our YouTube channel. And let me pull out the lava cake gluten-free from the microwave now. And it could go about another 5 seconds. There we go. While that's cooking, I will just say you want it to be still moist on top, kind of wet, but firm to the touch on the edges. Grab another spoon and check it out. And if it's not ready when you do take it out, you can continue to microwave it in 5-minute increments, 5-second increments until it is done. So this is firm to the touch, but yet it's still gooey in the middle. See? And so just dropping some nice ice cream on top of that would be oh so yummy. So there you go. You've got your cake part, and here's some of the gooey fudginess for the lava cake. They don't look very different, do they?